Colonel's log, stardate, Thursday. Last time around, we left the good ship, whichever ship this is. What is this? This is the Bottle Star Liberator. We left this scanning the volcanized planet of Sidir in the hope that we would uncover something mysterious about the Mount Graveyard expedition. However, it appears, looking retrospectively back at our adventures last time around, that the officer on duty was in fact drunk, because various things did not happen, such as we have a tradition available. I was intended to become, diplomatic and what have you, and I didn't really bother. I turned that down. So we'll accept that now. Can't even remember if that was the same one or not, but it'll do. There we go. Excellent, splendid. So we now have dynamic ecomorphism, which allows us to open many doors through which information flows. Studying methods of others, learned, adapting, and all those other words in that one as well. Meanwhile, I've discovered something else that I felt could be improved upon, was that our newly captured system of Mustafar, there is copyright infringement, and then there's the need to infringe further. And I'm going to rename this. This is going to actually be Mustache Afar, which one could easily pronounce. So I might put a science fiction apostrophe in there, because I know how to write science fiction. Piece of cake. Right, there we go. So the Mustache Afar system with the planet Krypton. Where there is, it is the Kur homeworld, which we possibly ought to investigate as soon as one of my scientists actually learns anything at all. Meanwhile, fleet names. Lots of you have been asking, have I come up with a name for the fleet? And someone suggested Storefleet, which I was somewhat taken by, but I actually decided to go into an entirely a similar direction, but different. This is the Starefleet. They're not so much armed as, they'll drive up to you and give you a good hard look in case, you start any kind of trouble. So there's that. Right, now, let's get this show back on the road. Firstly, some kind of dramatic intro music, ideally with a warbling lady. Okay, so the warbling lady clearly unavailable for today's introduction. I'll see if I can't rustle her up at some point in the future. Right, let us get this show back on the road, and then we'll see what's happening. Obviously, we're looking at the excitement view here, where it's all going on right now, as the good ship Moya is. Let's go say hi, shall we? Anomalies everywhere. The anomaly situation is continues apace. No, look, take me over here. There you go. See, they're up to something. Something's occurring. But looking at my economy here, I would quite like to be making a few more energy bucks, because right now we're only gaining one at a time, which is going to limit my amount of senseless expenditure. However, that will change in due course. Plenty of minerals coming in, and that's a good sign. Food, we're at surplus already, which is splendid. Right, let's go to the surface of this here planet, and we'll bang an upgrade on there immediately.
System survey complete.
Thank you very much. I shall push you on to new tasks momentarily. Anything else for the upgrade you want upgrading? Okay. Anybody else while I'm feeling flush with minerals? Not so much. Right. Okay. Well, we're working on expanding into another energy zone. We've got the other energy zone, which you can see translated up there already. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. You've probably got a good handle on how all this works already, but that's all good. It might be tempting to clear another area, but to be honest, I think I'll save my resources for the time being. I don't need the space. When Krypton has finished being properly inhabited, we'll figure out where our next bit of expansion is coming from. Oh, hello. What have we got going on here then? A new faction has recently been gaining traction. Its attraction faction in the international political landscape of the United Federation of Plants. Led by Governor Grand Toff Tarkin, they call themselves the Alien Protection Society. Members have been pushing hard for friendly relations with alien species. Well, that sounds fine. That sounds like my primary agenda. I'm cool with this. Everything's fine here. Right. Anyway, we're moving Moya onto a fresh survey target. What would be the most practical? And why have I got a picture of a hammer here? There's some primitives in that system. Oh, let's go poke them with a stick and see how they react.
Special project complete.
Crikey. Okay. Under the science officer, Kilometer Bennett Dyson has finished their expedition on Sidra 1 and returned to the Bottle Star. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to correct myself anymore. We're just going to live with it. Thankfully, the Starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Technological treasure trove. Treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, but not in a pop-uppy kind of a way. Okay, right. I've got lots of surveying to do. Let's go back into outer space view. Let's go and have I already checked out that? I have. Haven't I been busy? Okay. Right. Where should we send you next? And how close are you to leveling up there? Still, you are 3 stars though, and I think that might allow you to. No, you need skill 5.
Fleeing aggressors.
What? Hold on. Aggressors, you say. The Liberator is legging it. Good work there, Liberator. Right, let us deploy the stare fleet to go and stare at them in a menacing fashion. Go on, chaps, trot on. That said, you're going to be there in about 6 months. So we've got alarming reports coming in from the frontiers of space since we developed space travel. Violent fringe groups on Alderaan have departed our homeworld in increasing numbers, spurning the peaceful ways of our society. These are bad plants. These misguided individuals call themselves the Black Flotilla from the big book of scary names, and have converted several civilian vessels into warships. They now prey on civilian shipping as pirates. Drastic measures may be needed. We should be better than this. That's most noble. Right, well, I'm going to deploy the Stare Fleet for as good as it is, and I don't put a great deal of faith in its ability, given that I've not upgraded it even remotely. Meanwhile, the Enterprise, for some reason, is over here. Oh no, it's at Dorkstar. That's okay. We could go and let's go and upgrade Mustashafar. But I need to find another colonization target, or we'll place ourselves a frontier station in order to further our relentless expansion. Right, let's go in here and have a look at these uncivilized folk. Oh, look at the little. I mean, what are they? Kind of flathead otter people. Verl Pacod, allegedly, if you say so. Okay, well, the flathead otter people will soon become my friends. I'll go over there and chum with them. They're owned by the Evandari civilization. I'm sure Evan's lovely. Right-click to go to Delphine Homeworld. Ta-da, we're there. Right, if I can get this within my space, I can set up some kind of research gig. In fact, can I do that now? Build an observation post, $50. It's not in our borders. Fine, I'll wait until it is. Meanwhile, yeah, so it's looking. I don't really want to bang an expansion post on Nostea, because doing so, it puts it, it's a bit close to the Mustashafar. Right, okay, we're going to go out this way. Here you go. Go and survey that system. Keep yourself out of trouble. Meanwhile, the Liberator is in progress of scarpering, so we'll zoom in and see how we'll zoom in. Thank you, and see if we manage to escape to victory. Oh no, that looks bad. That does look bad. One of our fleets is missing in action. Oh no, it's okay. He has legged it. All right. Didn't look like it legged it, but apparently they have. We can only hope that the Starfleet can turn up and make the right kind of trouble to keep all of that kind of business under control. Right, I don't really want to up the tempo, but I'm going to up the tempo just a touch to see what happens. We're keeping our eye on these exclamation marks, even though that's only last known position. Hello there. Hostile fleet are in Sidia now. Or are they? These don't seem to be... Okay, it's the flipping Black Flotilla. They've come in from another direction. Where is the Starfleet are in Delphine, which is there. Sidia is where they are, which is all the way up there. For Pete's sake, they're all over the blinking place. Right, Starfleet, go home. Because now that they've turned up at Rigel, that concerns me, because they might decide to make a trip back to our own beloved home base, which would be far from ideal. I'm just going to end up playing whack-a-mole with these guys, I can tell. Yeah, what? Where? You're heading for Planet Boogaloo. The undefended and lovely Planet Boogaloo is now going to be raided by these...
Station under attack.
By these scumbags. Leave my people alone. They're your people too. Why you... No, I need that. That's how I make things. Yo, Starfleet, come and get these guys, will you? Go on, attack. Up the tempo. It's only a mining station. Right, you know what else? I think the Starfleet might need a little bit of extra reinforcement. I'm going to build them another couple of ships. I don't think I've actually got any new tech as we speak right now. And in order to avoid the next exciting action going on as my mining station's blown up, we'll have a look and see if I've got any upgrades. I don't think I have, because I didn't want anything military. But how quick I am to switch onto a militaristic footing when unwelcome personages start wrecking all my business. Ion thrusters. Well, that's not so bad. We'll upgrade the thrusters a little bit. Speedy's good, I suppose. Steel protector. No. This is going to be the happiness sunflower. Because this ship does not have enough power. Well, that's a downer. What if I were to get rid of one of those? Go on, clear off. And we'll bang a medium fission reactor on there. Still a smidge short there, Skipper. Alright, well, we'll stick a small one on as well. Now we've got too much power. This is not an efficient design. Ho-hum, we'll take it anyway. We will worry about a more efficient design in the future. For now, however, I want I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. We don't need no. That's the old ship. We want the new one. There we go. 5. What the heck? I want to make sure that my fleet is the finest fleet of all fleets that could possibly exist.
Mineral extraction platform lost.
I've lost my mineral extraction platform. Well, that's a disappointment. What are they shooting now? You're going to shoot something else that I like as well. Oh, hold on. No, this is the Starfleet. Or is it? Or was it?
Construction complete.
Hold on, let's down tempo. Down tempo. Right, who's this? Military power. That's me. It is the Starfleet, and they're getting whipped. Oh. Right, speak to me. Well, yeah, it's just not good, is it? Admiral Snackbar's first encounter is not going great. I could retreat here, but we may end up getting blown up here. Well, we'll try it. I'd rather save the Admiral. Oh, hold on. The Admiral's gained a trait. The trait of the Starfleet in the Battle of the K-Star system appears to have hit Admiral Snackbar hard. He's resolved to never quit the field again. Fair enough. Providing he actually got away. Well, that's saved me some running costs on my fleet, I suppose. But that's just bad news. So our first
Construction
encounter
complete.
of a militaristic nature has ended in ignominious defeat. Meanwhile, we have encountered the Zracon civilization. We've detected the place of an alien civilization on the Metanium, in the Usaldon system. They appear to be early space age. Let's go make friends with them as soon as they're in my flipping sphere of anything. Right. Well, okay. I got soundly thrashed in K-Star, so I'm definitely going to need some more ships in order to do that.
Anomaly found.
What have you found? It's an anomaly. Yeah. All right. Okay. There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Research that thing. Right, that's one thing we appear to be relatively capable of accomplishing. Right, the Bottle Star Liberator is now back in service. Where should we chuck you? Chuck you to the wolves. No, we'll work our way out this way. How about you go out to Zedran and survey that system one time? What now? Fleet combat status. Details. We knew this. Apparently, I managed to get away with a Corvette intact as well, which is pleasant. What else? You've finished doing that. You've done this. Repairs are complete, and I've got negative balance. Everything's coming up failure. I feel bright and confident about our glorious future in and among the stars. So we've now got what is being called the first security echelon. Where are the wrong uns now? You're still just kicking it in K-Star. You're going to move to Sidir in a couple of days. Alright. Clear off. Good. Alright, okay. So, Starfleet 2 is going to need to be significantly more magnificent than Starfleet 1, which is back here in Dorkstar. Good. Alright, that's the first security echelon. And you've automatically joined the Starfleet. Right, I want you to do the same thing. Now, there's a merge fleets button here. Transfer ships. Yes, I want to transfer ships. Not enough ships to form a fleet. Well, I want to disband this, not the ship, just the fleet. I don't need two fleets. I want you to merge. There, we'll merge with, hold on, battle debris. Colossal space battle occurred in high orbit at Asaldon Iva, which is Asaldon 4A, I suspect, some 600,000 years ago. Oh, 600,000 years, that somehow feels significant, with at least ships from 5 different fleets participating. It's when they whipped the robot overlords 600,000 years ago. It's amazing that these things all happened in such close linear time proximity to one another. Anyway, you get over there, and then I want you to merge. I've lost the merge button. I've not lost the merge button. Merge. Maybe I have to select both and merge. That's what I had to do. Okay, right. Now, we're going to need more strength. Now, the opposing fleet...
Anomaly found.
I've found another anomaly, look. What have we found this time? Ancient precursor research. You're done. That's done. I tell you, Moya's having a cracking time actually finding stuff. Have you leveled up there, Beckett? Nope. Well, you know, actually study some of this stuff. Will you make some notes? Review them later on, and you might pick up a thing or two. So I seem to recall that the pirate bandit scumbags had around 170 some odd, 173 maybe, overall fleet power. So I'm going to endeavour to have more than that for my next startling confrontation, because as much as we are a peaceful race, the intellectual property infringers, we don't like pirates. You know, which there is some irony to that in there somewhere. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Zedran system. These strange objects have been flagged as Zedran until we can learn more about them. Well, that's a radical piece of naming you've got going on there. What have you found? Zedran 2. That's a space station. Okay, right. A single badly scorched module is all that remains of a Cybrex research station that once orbited Usaldon 6A hundreds of thousands of years ago. The vacuum exposed inside of the module is filled with the dead remains of creatures that are part machine, part organic. Riveting. The enigma continues. I love how my science ship is just kind of going, let's go and just go check out all these dead planets before we go and poke around this space station. It's a space station boss. It's the first aliens we've encountered who don't want to kill us immediately. Yeah, we'll get to that. People have got no gumption.
Research complete.
Right. Research. Finally, that's exciting. Right, what have we learned? The Betharian power plant is now ours to do with as we wish. Right, Lenny, what are you going to build me next? Composite armor, yeah. Nuclear missiles. I'm getting a theme here, Lenny. Building build speed. Building build speed. That's not necessarily a bad idea, but actually, at this stage of the of proceedings, I think we might go for nukes. This seems counterintuitive when you consider my pacifistic nature and my alien-loving such and such, or nanocomposite armor. There could be some benefit in that. It is a little longer to research. Let's go for the cheap stuff. Until we've got, the kind of technologies that I actually want, I'm going to go with cheap stuff all day, and then we'll progress after that point. Right, Starfleet's now up to 226. Have we got anything else in the queue? The queue is now empty. Well, 226 is enough. Let us go and find the troublemakers. They are where we started our mission today. They are in Sidia, and we shall go and engage them there and give them a darn good thrashing. But you're going to have to turn up for our next adventure to see that happen. I have been Colonel Failure. I recommend strongly that you subscribe to this broadcast in order to catch the tumultuous events of the next episode, which will surely be...
System survey complete.
I see, I've paused it there. See what I've done just before it arrived. We've no idea. Are there bad guys in there? It's a cliffhanger. Look, hang in. That's where we're going to leave it. You're going to have to tune in and turn in next time to see all that happen. I'm off. Cheerio.